The heat and humidity can take a toll on our hair, but help is here. We are joined by Lauren Burnside from Catherine's Bridal Bar, and humidity can be so hard on our hair, Lauren.
It totally can be, for sure. So today, what we did yesterday was we washed and prepped our model, Chloe, her hair, with some French braids. I feel like the hardest part about summertime sometimes is really just that, like, we hate blow drying all of that hair that we have in the bathroom. Like, we just get hot, right? Like, ready to shower again, do it all over. So yesterday we prepped her hair with Kevin Murphy's Anti-Gravity, which does have a humidity protector in it, as well as their Young Again oil. And then we have some extra products in there, always using a detangler, of course, for moisture. That way you don't have any frizz. That also helps the humidity part of things. And then adding in the hair resort spray. So that just will have a little texture to her hair since her hair is a little bit finer. So what we're doing basically is like heatless waves, essentially. So by French braiding it and then letting it dry overnight, then the next day we have this. So for me, sometimes, like when I have two kids at home, this is great, right? Like, I've done something to my hair. But I feel like sometimes you also need to prep it a little bit, make it a little bit fancier. So now that our lifestyle is a little bit different with COVID, and we aren't really seeing a lot of people, I feel like when we finally see someone, we want to look pretty good, right? Like, get out of the house, do some hair. So I am going to prep her a little bit with some waves. And actually, Chloe's going to take out this other side so you can see what it would look like with both. And as far as the waves go, it kind of just depends on what's good for you as the client. Yeah, like, do you like it a little bit curlier? Do you like it a little bit beachier? So I'm going to do a couple different ones. And I'm actually just going to wrap the hair around the curling iron. And I'm not going to do all of the strands. I'm just going to do enough that it's going to just, I don't know, spice it up a little bit. So now we have a softer curl right there. And I feel like a lot of people also, they struggle with this top area. It doesn't always tend to wave or curl quite as much. So this will give her a little bit more movement up here, a little bit more mound. Yep, the braids give a lot of volume. So that's why it's important to use those other products so that you don't have the frizz and that it also helps with the humidity.
Oh, wow. You can really see the effect in those pictures there.
Yeah.
Of the before and after of the braids and the waves. And
Yes.
I always think just a braid is a good way to go, even on a hot night if it's super humid. Instead of trying to style our hair beautiful and straight, like, go with it.
Totally. So the biggest part with doing these waves, so that you don't have that, like, I don't know, I like to make it a little bit fancier, right? So undoing that braid is one of the most important parts. So when you're all done, you know, you've already done it, it's kind of tight. And then you're going to want to go through and just start pulling the braid apart. That way it gives these bigger waves in here. Because if you don't do that, you're definitely going to end up with that, like, kinkier French braid. I did this as an IGTV story for some of my clients over COVID, and they had so much fun testing it out and trying it out that's why I thought this would be such a good, fun look for people. That way, you know, they could try it at home, right? While it's just that time of year, that braids are good, pull your hair back, and then the next day you can get this look out of it. And then now I'm just going to dig in here. I'm not even going to, like, pick anything specific. I'm just going to dig in here. I'm going to pull some of this curl down, leave some of these tips. For some people, if these tips get a little bit too kinky at the very end, just use a flat iron and just kind of softly touch over those. Or you can use your curling iron and just grab a little bit of a section and lightly, I don't have this clamped down all the way, just kind of pull that down. That way it smooths it out. Maybe you're a little bit frizzier down there. You could use a little bit of oil.
And Lauren, I know you had some great products before the braid. For anyone that I have really thick, coarse hair, should we be putting anything on our hair after the braid process, or will that prepping help enough?
Yeah, so it kind of just depends. That it could help for sure. It could help just enough, but it also, you might just need a little bit more moisture. So the oil's a good place to start with that. That way, you know, you're just re-moisturizing the hair and it's not too much. So if you're going to do that, most of the time, most products, you only need a half of a pump to a full pump to do that. So you put it in, and then you want to make sure that you put it all the way around your hand. So, like, it's not dripping off my hands. So then I can kind of come through, and I'm using my fingers, and I'm just grabbing that product back off of my hand, and I'm just pulling through down here.
Awesome. Well, she
and
looks
that's just
beautiful.
going to, yeah, she looks great. So now you can kind of see the difference, right? Like, I did some curls, on this side. So that just kind of fancies it up a little bit. And then you can see over here, like this is still really cute. It's still really beachy. I mean, you know, when you're all done from the day, you sometimes want to pull it down and let it go. Then there's that. And then just a couple last things that I'm going to do over here really is just, we like big hair sometimes, right? In the right ways. So I'm going to use a little bit of, it's called bedroom hair. So it's a nice texturizing spray. And I'm going to spray up into the hair, not on top of it. That doesn't give you the effects that you want. So do it and just working around here. And this was so quick and easy. So like outside of shampooing, outside of braiding, what we've been doing this for just a couple minutes. So
yeah, and you reduced so much of the heat you were even using on her hair in terms of,
yeah,
you know, people are always trying to think about that, how much heat we put into our hair. This seems very healthy too.
Totally. We feel like everyone's hair is a lot healthier after COVID since
that is a good point.
Locked out, you know. So we've had some fun, like being, you know, around our healthy haired clients and showing them new things to keep that health of their hair. And this is just less heat, so it's definitely nice. And now she just has this sassy little curl, but yeah, you can see the difference, right? Like there's a little bit more over here, but this is still super cute. And this has after like there's no final prep work over here, right? So you can just see the raw difference.
Absolutely. Lauren, thank you so much. I can't wait to try it. Great ideas from you. I appreciate it.
Yes, I'll be posting this on my my Instagram so everyone can rewatch it.
Awesome.